The Lakers hosting the Mavericks, and that means, yes, Luka Doncic facing the team that traded him away February 2nd in his 7th season with Dallas. The Lakers are 6-2 since making that deal, and Luka, he's hitting his stride after dealing with a calf injury this season. He just had 32 in a rout of the Nuggets on Saturday. Meanwhile, the Mavs, they won't have the guy that they got in the trade. That's Anthony Davis. He's out at least 10 more days with the adductor strain he suffered in the first and only game with Dallas. He had 26 points, 16 boards on that one. Now we have reporters on the scene in Los Angeles with Dave McMenamin covering the Lakers and Tim McMahon with the Mavs. But Dave, let's start with you. What motivation did this trade provide for Luka Doncic?
Yeah, Kelsey, well, a source told me that Luka's demeanor at Monday's practice was smiling, competitive, having fun like normal. A source close to Luka told me that, quote, a beast was awakened inside of him once he started to hear some of the things coming out of Dallas on his way out the door. People questioning his conditioning, his weight, his commitment to winning. And certainly you've seen Luka that is committed to this Lakers team trying to figure things out. I spoke to LeBron James last week about the early partnership that those two have had so far. And he told me something pretty striking. You don't really hear LeBron say 22 years into his career. He said that, I know that in order for us to be the best possible team we can be, ultimately, the ball has to be in Luka's hands. So look for Luka to continue to get more opportunities to get comfortable with this team with LeBron James's blessing behind it.
The chemistry between those two has been outstanding so far. You can read Dave's entire article inside the first 24 days of the Luka era with the Lakers on ESPN.com right now. Dave, we appreciate it. Meanwhile, let's look at some of what Luka's been able to do, because he did have his first standout game, as I mentioned, Saturday in Denver, leading or co-leading the Lakers in points, in rebounds, in assists, in steals, and three-point field goals. It marked Luka's 89th career game with 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, second most by a player age 25 or younger all time, trailing only the great Oscar Robertson. So for more on this, let's bring Tim McMahon in now. And Tim, how are the Mavs approaching their first meeting with a guy that they know better than anyone in Luka?
Howdy, Kelsey. They are expecting to get the full wrath of Luka Doncic, the full fury. And they've seen Luka when he's locked in, when he's channeling that rage. And a lot of times he'll look for motivation. He'll look for somebody to get mad at. Maybe a fan in the front row he feels like is getting a little bit chirpy. He's not going to have to look hard. He's not going to have to use his imagination tonight. They know exactly how motivated Luka Doncic will be to get revenge, get a small measure of revenge against his former team. And Kyrie Irving told me look, he understands the emotions in his game. His message to his teammates is, we've got to have a deep focus. They can't get caught up in the emotions. Now, one thing to look out for is where Nico Harrison's sitting. I talked to him this morning. He wasn't sure whether he'd be in the lower bowl or whether he'd be elsewhere. If he's in those lower seats, I guarantee you this, Luka Doncic will find him, and he'll have some sneers and some words and some stares for him.
Got to be a lot of fun watching that game. Plenty to keep an eye on. And mention Luka coming off that 22-point game. Only 2 players have ever scored 40-plus points in their first game against their former team. That's Bradley Beal against the Wizards, and ironically,
against Dallas here. The first fill in the blank here. Luka Doncic will blank the Mavericks tonight. He will blank, gentlemen, the Dallas Mavericks.
It's a family show, right? It's a family show.
It's a family show. You have your whiteboards. So I am going to start because Tim McMahon has covered Luka Doncic here for years closely. Again, Tim, this is a family show. Wendy, are you cheating? Are you checking other people's work?
He's writing a sentence. He's writing a sentence.
Tim McMahon, you can tip us off here.
Luka Doncic will try to snatch the soul out of the Mavericks.
Out of the Mavericks.
Just like this.
Okay. We'll try to snatch. What about you, Legs? What you got?
He will, can we see?
Remind. Okay.
He's going to remind them what is no longer playing in a Mavericks uniform.
Remind, and then Mr. Windhorst.
They're both being way too nice. They're both being way too nice. Much more basic emotion.
Wow.
Hate. It's not at the players.
I don't know how to
The
make my drum roll
uniform.
stop now.
The
It just keeps
uniform.
going. There we go.
Hey, if you listen to the Hoop
I have
Collective,
a new toy that I'm playing with.
You know Wendy knows hate.
Well, yeah. All right. The experts in sports futures have the over-under for Luka and LeBron for a combined 56 points here. I ask you, the Lakers power duo will combine for blank tonight in this one. That was a very extended drum roll, so I'm not going to do it again.
This is a number value you're looking for?
Yes, I'm looking for a numeric value. Tim McMahon, your homework is done. What you got?
They got the numbers right, just the wrong order. 65.
Okay.
None of the Mavericks' top 3 rim protectors are on the floor.
All
They're
right.
going to be getting some buckets in the paint.
65. What you got, Legs?
I'm going to come down a little off of that number. Let's go a nice round 60.
All right, we got 2 overs.
35 for Luka, 25 for LeBron.
2 overs.
What was it? 56 and a half? Mm-hmm. Vegas is always right. So I'll go over, but barely, because Vegas is always right on these sorts of things.
I have one more for you all. LeBron will blank for Luka against Dallas because LeBron knows this feeling. Playing your former team, they're at home, wants to get a little revenge going here for his new teammate. LeBron will blank for Luka against Dallas. Tim Legler, what you got for me?
All right, here we go. He will be Goose. Top Gun reference, the ultimate wingman. Hopefully it ends better for LeBron than it did Goose. That's all I can say.
All right, be Goose. I like that. Tim?
Cheer. Hype, you could say. I think LeBron is going to be amping Luka up throughout tonight's game. He knows what this means.
And I love that Brian turned over his paper as if someone's going to look over it. Mr. Windhorst, please round us out here.
I'm aware of this man's academic record.
I would never cheat off somebody who went to Kent State. I'll say that.
LeBron will blank for Luka, Mr. Windhorst.
I'm going to use an X and O answer. He's going to screen for him tonight. This game plan is going to be get Luka going, get Luka open, take advantage to get Luka the best chances, best looks.
We have 30 seconds left in show here, Brian. There is no one better at setting the scene than you for this sort of game. What are you expecting? We will all be in crypto.com arena for this tonight.
This is all about Luka. This is all about letting him get revenge out, getting the emotion out, and the Mavericks are not equipped right now to defend.
Các bạn vừa xem xong video phân tích của chúng tôi. Sau đây sẽ là video hướng dẫn cách làm một chiếc túi xách hình chú hươu cao cổ của chúng tôi. Bây giờ các bạn cùng tôi thực hiện cách làm nhé.